scallywags in. Bing bong. Let's let these scallywags in. Hello, hello. Hide self view. Then more room for you guys, girls. Right, we've got the Super Ninja team in. Oh, another one. Monty. Letting Monty in the door now. There he is. Elise is in. Elise was first today. Does she get extra points? Because she's first. Hallie's sitting there, cozied up on the sofa. Very good. Monty's in. Hopefully he's just typing his name in and nothing else. Hey, Marcus. And Travis. And baby. In Noah. Have I pressed live on that thing? I have. Good evening. Ava's there. Who's that? The Max. He's very close to the screen. Good kick in, baby. Like that. Harvey's in again. Well done. Right. So if you put your names in, we'll get started. I keep seeing your name, Harvey, but what happens with your name is it goes to your surname goes to the next line. So all I see is Bolland, right? And that reminds me of a sentence I had to learn for Hungarian. I'll try to remember it now, is it? Bollandot bus magalaban. Néztem a bollandot a bus magalaban. Right? I saw the mad person in a bus stop. That was the sentence. So bollandot was mad person. Yeah? Néztem a bollandot a bus magalaban. That was. He's going, yay! I'm a madman. Very good. Right. We're all ready then. It's funny how that came back into my head, isn't it? How long ago was that? 20, 30 years ago. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Now, I've got people hovering around, so if I disappear from the screen and you hear shouting, don't worry. It's just, don't worry. Don't worry about me anyway. Right, let's start the class. Can you kill me? We're going to start. It's just kids in the park, I think. The last section, the last class we just did, it was questions, theory questions. I went through, Alex Gregory asked about slow motion. Stand still just now, Noah. We also talked about slow motion, fast motion, normal motion, connecting motion, continuous motion. What are they? I'm going to go through it very, very quickly. If you are a yellow belt, like you come across the continuous motion, you continue into the rising block, right? It's the sine wave. You go 1 and 2 movements joined together in one breath, but the breath has 2 parts to it, if that makes sense. So we made it teens and adults, this one. So that's continuous motion. Fast motion is 1 and 2. So fast motion, fast as possible. Normal motion is everything normal. It's just one technique. One technique is normal motion, but the continuous, connecting, fast, they're all 2 techniques. Yeah, 2 techniques. I knew someone was going to come in here. Who's it? Right, so we're going to get on with the class then. I want to see everyone do 4 directional punch before we start. So get into this space where I can see your feet and your hands. 4 directional punch. This is going to be a warm-up. And you can warm up in the morning before school. Do 4 directional punch and 4 directional block. All right? But there's things that you need to remember because some of you are forgetting. Even the ones with belts on. When you do the walking stance punch, your body should be facing forward the way you're punching. It shouldn't be at an angle. That doesn't happen until green belt, and it's different. It's not the same as what you're doing. So when you punch, forward facing. When you do the low block, half facing. If you do the rising block, then it's full facing. All right, knife hand side strike, L stance will always be like this, half facing. So let me see, did I say forward directional punch? Yeah, forward directional punch, Jumi. Full facing punch and half facing low block. In your own time, Jumi, so everyone should be standing like this. There is no moving, twiddling, whatever. Sija. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. Okay, we're nearly finished. One more person to stop. Okay, Pyro, step up. Now, right the way through that, there were 1 or 2 of you not standing properly. When you finished, you should be doing the punch, facing the direction that you're going, with your front knee bent and your back leg straight. So some of you are not doing that. Some of you are going, oh, I'm all right now. I'll just stand any way I want. The bus will be here in a minute. Yeah? But we're not asking you to do that. We're not asking you to wait for the bus. We're asking you to do walking stance, middle punch. So you have to be stood in a walking stance doing a middle punch. Anything else is wrong. And if you want points for passing your test, then you have to do the right things. Yeah? I'll say it again about spelling. If you have to spell apple, A-P-P-E-L, well, your teacher's going to say, oh, that's not right. It's A-P-P-L-E. Right? Well, I had the same letters. Doesn't matter. You had them the wrong way around. Right? And what is 4 add 4? 9. No, it's not 9. That marks off. You got it wrong. That means the sum is wrong. And if the sum is wrong, you don't get the points for your test. That happens in all tests. Your English test, your spelling test, your maths test, even your reading. All right? So you need to be able to give me the right answers by showing me the techniques I want to see. That's sometimes you forget about that. I have to see what it is. You have to show me what I'm asking you to show me. Look at this orange football. It's lovely. It's not an orange football though, is it? It is. It's orange and it's a football. No, football is not orange. You can play football with it, and you can paint it orange, but it's not an orange football. I'm asking for an orange football. Give me an orange football. Right? Let me see 4 directional punch again, but with walking stance middle punch and walking stance low outer forearm block. What's walking stance? Well, walking stance is the same from white belt all the way up to grandmaster. It doesn't change. So show me a white belt walking stance, or better still, if it's the same thing, you can show me a grandmaster walking stance. Ready? Sagittarius, 4 directional punch. 준비. 시작. With the right hand first, though. Come on, at least you stood there waiting for the orange football. I want 4 directional punch. You're not finishing the techniques, though, some of you. You're just plodding around. It's doing a wee dance again. That was a good one, Max. Nice and strong. Is your other hand in the right place? Are the thumbs in the right place, girls and boys? Thumbs. Is your front knee bent? Is the back leg straight? Are your toes facing the same direction on a right walking stance as they are on the left walking stance? Is your walking stance, right walking stance, as wide as your left walking stance? Is your right walking stance as long as your left walking stance. Barrow. All right, everyone's going to come forward doing these techniques. Listen for your number. If you're a 10th cup, wave your hands first. I don't think we've got any 10th cups today. But if there are any 10th cups on there, I don't know if there are, I want you to come forward in walking stance, middle punch. And you have to punch to the center. You don't punch your way out here. And while I'm talking, you should be stood still listening, because you might be doing this mistake as well as a 9th cup, 8th cup, 7th cup. You might be doing the wrong thing. And I'm telling you how white belts do it. And if they're listening really good, their punch is going to be better than yours. So who do you want to have the best punch? You or a white belt? You, hopefully. Because if the white belt's got a better punch than you, maybe swap belts. Huh? Right? Walking stance, middle punch for 10th cups. 9th cups, I want you to do walking stance, middle inner forearm block. Now, I did tell you what stance. Do I have to say it again? I don't know. I think I better. Walking stance, middle inner forearm block. 8 cups, I always like you to do rising block. 8 cups, rising block. Chukyo-maki. Make sure your hand's there and not there. Should be there. 7th cups are going straight for the Son-Sung-Kutulki. 7th cup, Son-Sung-Kutulki. Straight fingertips thrust. Do I have any green belts here? I can't remember what's this called. Ah, green belt, yeah? 6th cup, you're going to go Nijiso, Sonkan, and Uno Tedi. Right? And 5th cup, Sombadak Gochumaki. Gan and So, Sombadak Gochumaki. That's what you're doing, 5th cups. All right, parallel stance, move to the back of the room, get ready. Quickly, first technique or first step. Hana, 9th cups in a forearm block. Yeah, what stance did I ask for? Those 9th cups, I definitely said walking stance. 8th cups, what are you doing? Rising block, you're definitely doing a walking stance. What stance are you doing, Elise? Is that a sit-down walking stance or a standing up walking? Ah, okay. But I asked you to do middle in a forearm block, Elise. That's better. Longer stance, bend the front knee. 7th cups, I asked you to do Son-Sung-Kutulki. Hopefully you're doing that. 6th cups, I asked you to do inward strike in L stance. And 5th cups, I asked you to do palm hooking block, in walking stance. Next step, 2. Just check your hands. 8th cups, you just have to make sure that your outer forearm, so if you had a watch right there, is in the center line, because that's what you're blocking with. You're not blocking with the side fist, and you're not blocking with the space. Yeah? You're not warlocks. Here, that's the one right there. Set. Here's a little thing that you've got to remember. If you don't care, what you're doing is rubbish. Huh? What's that? Yeah. If you don't care about what you're doing, it's rubbish. You've got to care about it. To care about it means you're going to do the best you can do. Let's do another one. 4. Right? Now, all of the things I've told you already, where your hand should be, where your other hand should be, how your leg at the front should be, how your leg at the back should be. You're going to step backwards now. And up. Make sure when you're crossing the hands, 8 cups for this rising block, you cross with the hand on top. The hand is blocking, lies on top, especially a Chukyo-maki. Yeah? It's going straight there, but no, on top, rising block. 2, backwards. I don't know why you're facing that way, Jan. Set. Net. Okay, barrow, step up. Go to the space where you started. If it's not where you are, then your walking stances are rubbish. But to be fair, some people's living rooms may not be long enough, so they've had to adjust. Right? So it's not really a fair test. Let's do that again. You're going to step forward 4 times again. There's nothing new to this. You've done it before. But how good are your techniques compared to the last time? If you've done this in the last 7 days, has the technique got better worse or is it the same? If it's worse or the same, that's not good enough. It has to be better. It has to be better than the last ones you did. Right? Otherwise, there's no improvement. Junbi, ready to come forward. Eva, Junbi. Hada. Tul. Make sure it's your forearm. Set. You're supposed to be doing inner forearm lock at least. Yeah, one more. Neck. But are you blocking? Is there anyone blocking that's blocking? Does that make sense? If you're supposed to block, are you blocking? Or are you just putting your hands there? Are you just going for the pretty picture at the end? Cheese! If you're blocking, you should be blocking. If you're doing a fingertip thrust, then where's that going? Yeah? If you're a 7th cup and you know about vampires and you know how to kill a vampire, right? Kill a vampire. Next move. What's he doing? Leave the keyboard. Hana! Go backwards now, aren't we? Two! Set! Oh, I've just said Harvey, you're killing a vampire. What are you doing? Tickling them. Next. That's better, see? If you're going to get a vampire by doing this one, you can't go beep, beep. You're pressing a lift for a button for a lift. Beep. First one. Beep. You're going to squelch. That's what you're doing, right? And if you're blocking, boom! You should be blocking. Jan, I don't know, I didn't ask you to do this. I don't think I asked you to do this block. Paro, step up. Right, who's got the best? We're going to do it again, Elise. Go back over, we're going to do it again. This is your third try. Yeah, I'm giving you 3 chances. Some people are listening to what I'm saying and making it better. Jan is just playing with the keyboard at the moment and switching the camera around, and I'm very annoyed. Yeah, I can see you fine, Jan. Can you hear me? Wave your hands if you can hear me, Jan. Right? Wave your hands if you can see me, Jan. That's fine. All's good. Right? So I'll say it again. 10th cups. What is it you're doing? Walking stance, middle punch. Yeah? 9th cups. Walking stance, middle inner forearm lock. 8th cups, walking stance, rising lock. 7th cups, walking stance, straight fingertip thrust. 6th cups, L stance, 9th hand ringo strike. And 5th cup, walking stance, palm hooking lock. That's what you're supposed to be practicing. Is it going anywhere? Are you really trying hard to make it better? I'm waiting for Bailey to get back to the spot. Ready? Too big? Then she hit the loop. Come on. I want to see. This one's got to be better. This is your 3rd strike. This is your 3rd attempt, but there's only one technique. Parallel stance. If you're not doing parallel stance properly, you definitely can't grade. Can you? There's only white belts that don't know how to do this. If you're a 9th cup, you should have your feet straight forward, not sticking out there like Dumbo's ears. Straight ahead, like skis. Ready? Hana! How much effort are you putting into that? That's for everybody. As I'm picking anybody, I'm just saying, are you putting in as much effort as you possibly can? Are you really trying to block someone or really trying to squelch a vampire? 2. Is your other hand at the hip if it's supposed to be at the hip? There's some techniques being performed here that it doesn't go back to the hip. Set. That's nice and strong, Eva. A little bit wobbly. You have to bend the front knee. Neck. Now going backwards, but here, this is the last bit, isn't it? If this is your 3rd chance and you haven't done a good job coming forward, you haven't shown me power, and you're not doing a proper stance, and your front knee's not bent, and your back leg's not straight, and you're not trying hard enough, well, this is it, you're out. You're definitely not on the list to grade this time, man. Let's go backwards then. No. 2. Set. Net. Power, step up. Okay, so have I moaned enough to make you try harder? Have I had a go of you? I had a go at you, have you? Yeah, you've taken it in now, have you? I moan at you because I want you to try harder. Right? Don't shout at you. But I do moan at you because I want you to do better than you're doing. If I'm testing you, you have to be good enough for me to pass you. Do you get that? Do you understand that? Yeah? If you want to pass, then you have to work hard enough so that I like what you're doing. I have to like your walking stance, your L stance, your middle block, your low block, your punches, your strikes, your patterns, your 4 direction point, your 4 direction block, your 3 steps back, your 2 steps back, and your theory question answers. I have to like that, otherwise you don't pass. That's how it works. So all you have to do is make me happy. Yeah? You take one of that good that I'm happy, then all is good. No problem. Right then, back in the middle again. You're going to do your own grade pattern. Make sure you've got enough room. Now, if you know what it is, 4 extra punch, 4 extra block, and transition, it's kind of in the middle of the room. But you still got to have space. Dan good, dosan, one yo got. You'll have to go back a little bit because they're going to start going to the side first, but then they're going to come out this way and back round. So hopefully you know your pattern, right? Is there anyone that's stuck on their pattern? Is there anyone that doesn't know their pattern fully? Monty, you work. We'll get to the point where you turn around, Monty. I think you've got to that one now, and we'll finish the pattern off for you. But just stand still at the end and wave your hand in the air so I don't forget. Ready? Baby, come, snap to it. What are you eating? Is that something in your mouth? Or is your hair's coming right past your ears? That's what it is. Ready? Sija, begin. Make sure you're doing the technique strong, not strolling along. It's not a walk in the woods. You've got to cross the hands and with blocks as well. Punches are strong, Elise. Strong punches. That's it. Baby's working hard. Good. Okay. So Monty, those ones on the way back should be rising blocks. When you turn back towards the wall there, you should do low block, rising block on one step, right? And then you do another 3 rising blocks. Okay, you're going to do it again. Parallel, step up. Where do you keep disappearing to, miss? Your own grade pattern again. To me. Sija. That's twice as strong, Eva. Nice. That's stronger than ours. Where's he going to come back now? That's a good turn there, very nice. Good. Remember this rising block, Monty. It did say that's a rising block there. There's no punches on the way back down. So you should be doing a rising block right now. And then one more rising block for Monty. Belly button round for Elise. She's not doing a proper walking stance, it's too narrow. And punching to the center, at least, that'd be even better. See, that's much better now. So that's two things you just fixed, hopefully. Because if you do that again, well, that's 2 points you've missed. So you've lost 2 points. But what you did there is you fixed your belly button and you fixed your punch. So now you've got the 2 points back. See what I mean? Otherwise, you just lost 2 points. But no, you did that. So you got 2 points. So you can add that to all the other points and maybe get a pass. Right? That's what you need to do. Barrow, step up. Right, we're going to do it one more time because there's still 2 people. 2 people with 3 fingers, right? There are 2 people I've still got to see. Jumbi. Elise, you're doing it again. Get back to the spot. Quick, jump, punch. Ready. Sijak. Slow down, Elise. It's not a race. Proper techniques, please. Otherwise, you lose points. Cross the hands on the block. Mm-hmm. 2. Mm-hmm. 2 techniques. There's sitting stance for you, Harvey. Hey. Not bad at all, Max. Well done. Alrighty then. So 4, yeah. Oh, what are you doing, man? Why did you come out of it? I was just about to help you there, Jan, but you've come out of the techniques then. Paro. You missed out there because I didn't say Paro, but you came up. There, came out of the pattern. Never mind. Right. The things you have to remember is, in the class, you don't do anything unless you're told to. And when you're told to do it, you do it to the best of your ability. I'm seeing some great techniques and great patterns on this. Not everybody, though. Some of you are not trying hard enough. Need to try harder. I don't think it's important to you enough. Hands up who would like to do the next belt test. Hands up those that want to do the belt test but don't think they're ready. Hands up who want to do the belt test and think they are ready. One or 2 of you that have got you. What have you got your hand up for? Anyway, I'll have words for you, sir. Right, I'm not saying anyways, I'm going to kick your bum. If you put your hand up to sit the next test and you just sat a test, nice try, chances are you probably won't be ready. Not to say you can't do it, you might actually put in enough work and show me that you can do it, which would be amazing, yeah? But it's not just what I'm asking you to do in the camera here, walking stance, low block, walking stance, rise, look, knife hand, patterns, 3-step. You've got to know your theory as well, right? And some of you really try hard on that, it's excellent. Max, how's the studying going for the Taekwondo? Because the Dangun looks not bad, yeah? Yeah, it's good. You're getting better. You're not getting as confused as before. That's the thing about new things. When you get something new, it's very easy to get confused. And then some people, when they get confused, they worry about getting confused. Right? So it's kind of like they won't get better quickly with the Taekwondo because they're worried about doing it too much. If you do it wrong in the class, no problem. If you do it wrong in the test, then yeah, there's a problem. But you shouldn't be doing a test until you're absolutely ready anyway. So there's nothing to worry about, really. There shouldn't be anything to worry about. There's always going to be a little bit of nerves, but all you have to think is, right, I'm allowed to do a test. That means I'm good enough to do the test. Or, I'm not allowed to do the test, So I'm not yet good enough to do the test, but I'm going to try harder, and I will be. That's what it is. That's all you have to do. Right, everybody over this side, and I'm going to get two groups. There's 7th cups and above, and then there's white belts to yellow belts, okay? We're going to face that way. I want you to show me 3 steps sparring. Come there. That way, you're going to do 3 steps sparring. If you're 7th cup or above, you're doing 5 and 6. If you're white, 9, yellow, then you're going to show me 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you don't know 3 and 4, fine, show me what you do know. Ready? So the 7th cups and above, 5 and 6. Sujak, I'm not showing you now, I want to see what you remember. Did you measure? Player 1 and player 2. Attack will go forward, defense will go back, and then counter. That's it, at least 3 punches forward. Good, measure, 3 punches forward. But you have to do walking stances. You're not just plodding along, kicking leaves in an autumn day. Right? Everybody has to do proper stances. The first one, number 1, is out of forearm block. So your hand should be this shape. The back of the hand will be like this. On number 2, sequence number 2, you're doing the big girls and boys block in a forearm block. If you're a 9th cup, you know this one. But for number 1, it's this, out of forearm block. Number 1, number 2. Right? I'm just watching, everybody's nearly gone doing number 4. I'm just watching. Right? Nearly right. Harvey, nearly right. If they're doing a side strike, can you do that block again? You might have done it right. You might just need the camera. Hold on a minute, Max. I'll see you in a second. Left foot back. Nice hand. You've got your hand facing the wrong way, Harvey. That's it. It's your foot, left foot goes back, but it's a nice hand block. Yes, Max?
I'm not sure which one kick.
Number 3, front kick. Yeah? I'm going to go through them quickly now anyway. I just wanted to see who knew them and who didn't. Right? Everybody stop. All right. Let's do this together. Right? Bow to partner. Ready? The imaginary one. Or not. Right foot measure. Make sure it's your right foot. Step back, low block. 2. This is a walking stance, low block. Not whatever stance, low block, but a walking stance, low block. Sequence number 1, 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. Roll. Back to the left foot. Now, out of forearm. Now I'm going to count, and everybody stop from the first one. Ready? First block. Out. Freeze. Let me see. Everyone should be out of forearm block, so you can see the back of your hand. And your other hand should be at the hip. 2. Set. You didn't cross your hands on the last one, Elise. You must cross on all of the blocks in the sequence, yeah? Reverse punch. To me. Elise, we haven't finished yet. I want you to do a reverse punch because you haven't finished. That's not a reverse punch because you just moved your feet. Yeah? Harold, step up. You must concentrate a bit more, please. Because these little mistakes you're making, if you do this in a test, whoa, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? You'd feel terrible. If you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, but you should be ready. This is everybody, should be ready before they're allowed to test. Right? Now, sequence number 2. 2B. 3 punches again. Hana. 2. Tap. Arrow. Step the right foot back. Now this block, going backwards, this is the inner forearm block. But I don't really want the 10th cups to do this. This is only for 9th cup and above. Okay? So the 3 inner forearm blocks. Hana. And freeze. How many did I ask you to do? 1. And which foot should be back behind you? The right foot. Just check your feet now. Make sure your right foot's behind you. And hopefully you... Go on, baby. Do the block, please. I want to make sure your feet are right. Okay. 2. Cross the hands. Set. Now, flat fingertip reverse thrust. Go! Otherwise known as kiba. Arrow. Step up. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the front kick. Try it. Come in. Measure. Right foot. Walking ready stance. 3. So this one is different in that we do walking ready stance. Not a single low block, not half facing, but a double side block, full facing. Alright? Low front snap kicks, you have to lift your knee up. It's not this, lift up. You're not lifting your foot up, you're lifting your knee up, boom, and snapping. Achapsiki. Ready? Hana. 2. Set. Did you cross the hands when you did that lock there? 2 of you didn't. Arrow, step back. Now you have to block it. So when they kick you, you low outer forearm block. And remember, you're trying to knock their foot off. Ready? Hana! Wrong foot, Elise. That's it. 2. Now, if someone's kicking you, you should be doing a low block. Set. That's 3. So now use your front kick, your cheeky front kick. That's your left leg, front kick and down. Your front leg. Go. Remember, it's a front kick, so your belly button should be facing forward. It shouldn't be like this. Turn and kick. It should be forward and then down. Arrow, step up. Number 4. Let's measure with the right foot again after that. Put it to there. Right foot measure, low block, come in. Why a low block? Because that's the default. What's the default? It's the first thing you do automatically and you don't know what to do. That's what it is. High punch. Everyone can punch high, even if you're not an 80 cup. It's just there. It doesn't do this though. You don't put it in a lift and then send it upstairs. You have to punch straight to the high mark. First step. Hana. 2. Set. Have you got your belly button facing forward? Are your feet in the right place? Are you bothered? Is your other hand at the other hip? Or are you holding onto your belly? Barrow. If they're doing a high punch, you'll do the chukio maki. Ready? Hana. Which foot goes back first? The right foot. The right foot's always going to be right. 2. Did you cross the hands? Set. Most of you are doing that. Most of you are crossing the hands. Some of you are thinking, well, not thinking. Some of you are doing blocks without crossing your hands. Is that going to be powerful though? Is that going to be strong? Is that going to be safe? Is it going to be correct? Are you going to get the marks? What is the counter? Use your left leg to do a side kick. That's your front leg, left leg to do a side kick. And then guard. Go! Not a turning kick, a side kick. At least you've got to do a side kick with your front leg. That's your left leg, do a side kick. I think Elise is frozen. I think the camera's frozen. And Jan's disappeared. Harold, step up. All right. So now, number 5. Number 5. For everybody. Oh, you're back again, Elise. Good stuff. I didn't see the side kick, but I saw everything up to that, yeah? So number 5 now, this is the start number 5. You're going to measure with your right foot, but this time, you're going to guard as if you're doing belly tag. So if I do it facing you, right foot measure, but this time, L stands for guarding block. Okay? So now the attack. You're going to step forward and do what? Does anybody know? It's dead easy. It's L stance punch. Well, it's actually a reverse punch. Okay? So, hana, punch. In an L stance. Turn. In a punch. In an L stance. Set. Again, L stance. Punch. And step back. Barrel. Oh, well, at least the camera's frozen again. You better watch the replay, Elise, yeah? You better watch the replay. Now, number 5 is quite special because you step back on the left leg. Not the right leg, but the left leg. So ready? We'll step back on the left leg and inner forearm lock. Has anybody done it wrong? One person's done it wrong. I'll say it again. Left leg goes at the back, not the right leg. So you will be doing right leg before, look all the other ones. But this number 5, you go back on the left leg. Last chance to change your legs, Jan. Set. Two. Set. And then fingertips with your right hand. Fingertips with the right hand. So from here, load it in, fire. Yeah? Fingertips under the armpits. There we go. You better watch it again, Elise, but we're going to do number 6 now. We're going to do number 6, all right? Everyone can do this, it's not a problem. But yellow belts, white belts, you don't have to remember this. This is not for you to fill your head with. Yeah? This will come later on, but there's no harm in doing it. You know the techniques anyway. Let's go. Chariot, come in. Number 6, right foot, measure, then step back, 3, and guard. So it's the same. I'll face you when I'm doing it, right? Step back and guard. So this time on number 6, I'm going to do a strike to you. I'm going to go like this, strike. But you're going to put your left foot back later. So just remember that when we do number 6, when you go back and defend later, you're going to put your left foot back. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's go forward and strike. Ready? Head up. Cross the hands. 2. Set. And step up. Barrel. Hopefully you're doing a strike there. Yeah? Max. Can you show me a nice hand side strike, Max? Number 6. Nice. Well done. Okay, barrel. We're going to step backwards now, but I did tell you which foot. Let's see who remembers. When you go back, I want you to do a knife hand block in L stance. Most of you have not done that before. Not a knife hand guarding block, but nearly. It's just this bit. Not the 2 bits, but the 1 bit. And if you see it cross my hands when I do it. Cross the hands, knife hand block. Ready? Who's going to step their left foot back? Hana! Let's see who put the left foot back. I'll say it again just in case you didn't hear me. Who's going to put their left foot back? Yeah. Cute. There we are. Left foot back, right hand doing the block. 2. Set. Now stay where you are. I'm going to make sure everybody's there. Everybody's got the left foot back. Everybody's blocking with their right hand. And now the right foot, turning kick. I think my camera's frozen now. Would you believe it? Anyway, turning kick with the front foot. Boom! And knife hand guard block. Me. Arrow, step up. I'm just going to knock this out. Back in again. Yeah, it went a bit funny there, but we're nearly finished anyway. All right. I'm not going to ask you to repeat all that, but what I am going to ask you to do is go back and watch the videos again and practice. There are 3 people that wanted to do the test in here that aren't ready. There's 3 people in this group here that they put their hand up when I asked who wants to do the test. They're not ready. But it's still possible for you to be ready. But how are you going to manage that? How are you going to manage that if you don't practice? How are you going to manage that if you don't try? How are you going to manage that if you're not bothered? Yeah? It's not tricky, it's not difficult. Be bothered, try hard and practice. Or practice and be bothered about it and try hard while you're doing it. That's all it takes. Hands up who can do the 4 times table. Yeah? Easy, isn't it? What about the 5 times table? You worked it out yet? Yeah? Marcus, thank goodness. 6 times table. A bit trickier now. 6 times table is trickier than the 5 times table. If you can do the 6 times table now, maybe before you come on, there's certainly a time you couldn't do the 6 times table. There is a time where you couldn't have done the 6, you couldn't have managed to do the 6 times table by yourself. There was a time. Me the same. Once upon a time I couldn't do the 6 times table. Baby, can you do the 6 times table? No? Well, if you stand still, you might manage it. So they're spinning around. You can do that when the camera's off. All right. Basically, you need to practice. If you could do the 3 times table, it's because you practiced it. If you can do the alphabet, it's because you practiced it. If you can spell your own name, write your own name, and say your own name, it's because you practiced it. Imagine going to someone's house and they say, "What's your name?" Well, I don't know. I don't know what my name is. I don't. Well, I can write it, but I can't say it. I can't say Monty. I can write it down, but I can't say Monty. You just said it. Oh yeah. You've got to be able to practice it. I bet you some people have a problem saying Elise. Elise can say Elise. Some people can't say Elise. They need to practice it more so they get Elise's name right. Eliza. They might say it wrong and Elise goes, "Oh, I can't say my name." Yeah? Say again? Say again? Elsie. Yeah, there you go. Elsie. They can't say a name properly. They need to practice it, don't they, Elise? Put your hands up, Elise, if they need to practice your name. You need to practice Taekwondo. Put your hand up if you need to practice Taekwondo. Everybody. You have to practice. Stop trying to get away with it because you can't anymore. You've got to that level now. When you pass the first test, that's it. You don't get away with it anymore. That's why some of you are on the same grade for a long time. It's true. Because you're not practicing. That's the answer. So, practice. As soon as you practice, you should start getting to see the grades and the belt. Oh, look at that! I've got a yellow belt now. Oh, I've got a green stripe now. Okay? Back in the middle of the room. Let me see the highest 3-step that you know. You've got 6 to choose from. I had to wash my numbers there, yeah? 6. I used to be able to do that without thinking. 6, well, now I have to go home. I have to practice. 6. There are 6 3-step sparring. What's the highest one you know? Can you do number 6? Or can you only do number 5? Or only number 4? Or only number 3? What one can you remember and show me now to the best of your ability? Let's all bow and arms. Ready? Go on there. Take one. Measure to me. Whatever number you're doing, you're going to do your number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Ready? Sija. Right. There's a few people getting mixed up a little bit. Lucky it's not a test. It's not a test. So if you got it wrong, you're all right. But I might say something like, that's not how to block a front kick. You can't block a front kick up here unless you're tiny and they're really tall. But even then, all they have to do is squash your head with their foot. So not a good idea. If they're doing a front kick, then you should be doing a low block. And if you're doing 3-step number 3 and you're listening, hopefully, you should use your front kick with your front leg, or use your front leg to do the front kick. Should have been front leg, front kick. Hopefully, you got that, Elise. Yeah. Okay, back in the middle. Barrow. 10 star jumps. Go. 10 press ups. Go. You've got to get the knees off the floor. Baby, hands. That's it. Once you've done that, 10 tuck jumps. Remember to breathe. There's no stopping in between, Noah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jan, why are you playing with your belt? Right. A couple of people took a rest there, started playing with the uniforms. You're going to do the whole thing again. 10 star jumps. Go. Go on fast. Get the hands up higher. The arms should be going straight. Not this. You should be doing this. Right? Then 10 press ups. Then 10 tuck jumps. They're not good press ups, Ava. You're on your knees. You should be on your feet. Ava. They're not press ups. Hands. Again. Right down the floor. Push up properly. That looks a bit better. Look like you were putting your knees on the floor. Right, nearly done. And the third set, final set, go. 10 star jumps again. Open your feet, Jan. Then 10 press ups. Then 10 tuck jumps. That's better, Ava. Yeah? Superpowers, that's better. Class there. No good. It's not good when you cut corners because you can do the work. There's no point in cutting corners unless your arms and legs are hanging off. No. Do the work. You can do it. Right? Max worked hard today. I think you all worked hard today. Some of you can still work a bit harder when it comes to the taekwondo techniques. It's all a bit of fun when you do star jumps and press ups and stuff. I don't want to do it, but you do it, don't you? Right? The effort that you put in to do a top jump and the effort you put in to do a punch should be the same. If you're trying to leave the floor and do a top jump so you don't fall on your bottom, how much effort do you put in so you don't fall on your bum? Well, here's another way of looking at it. If you're going to block or punch, you need to put a lot of effort in there, otherwise the person's going to get you. Yeah? All stand up, show me one top jump, and remember you've got to put in a lot of effort to leave the ground, and lift your knees up to your chest, and then land without hurting yourself. All right, now all do a middle block as if someone's punching you. Your back leg straight, front knee bent, half facing there, outer forearm block. Now do a rising block. Go. Did you put effort in? Did you put as much effort into that as you did into that? Because you need to. When you're doing your patterns, 4-directional punch, Jumbi. Ready? As much power as you just put into your top jump and that punch and that block. Sijai. Are you putting in the power or have you forgotten halfway through? So that was better. That was much better. More power there. You might not all be in the right position, and you should still be in the last position. Left foot forward, left hand punching. Barrow. One or two of you got that mixed up. Stand up. We're going to finish because we've gone over anyway. We've got about 4 minutes over. Ready? Remember when you come to class, you've got your uniform on, you've got the old belt on, you want the new belt. So let's see some taekwondo with good attitude next time. Right. Shut it. Come down. See you next class. More effort. See you later. Scallywags. Who was on? Elise. Good. So there. Jack. Whoa, brilliant. Live as well. Well done, Jack. See you next time, yeah? Hopefully you're training hard, though. Put in the effort. See you next one.